Okay. Well, sound is the audio okay? I don't know if I can get a mic or something.
Audio is absolutely fine. And I'll just ask you questions and you answer, and then I'm just going to do like a 5-minute cut for the live thing, and then I'm probably going to just sort of top and tail this and drop out the whole thing as an episode.
Okay, great. No problem.
All right. So, hey Phil, to start with, can you tell us who you are and how we know each other?
Okay, I'm Philip. I know you because you were, I think you were the camera equipment guy, stores guy when I first started college, and then you've obviously progressed up massively. And I used to do the Photoshop tutorial class. That was great. I remember that. Yeah.
Learning me Photoshop.
Yeah, I still got subscribed to that.
I'd forgot that was a thing till you just said that.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you do with your life now?
I am a content creator for a company that sells cars, basically. I do video, photography, animation, graphics to promote on all kind of various different marketing platforms, especially digital, social media, to try and get people engaged and, into cars, basically. That's the end of the goal, yeah.
Okay, and how did you get from when I was teaching you a little bit of Photoshop casually on the side to, I mean, what are we like, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years on?
By accident. And it's the real truth. I mean, I didn't want to do this. I wanted to be a cinematographer. I wanted to make films. I suppose like most people, you probably do a media course do. And didn't work out, obviously, for me. Despite my best efforts, I started off by making a little company, I guess, for myself and doing a few promotional videos. And what happened was that I made these really cool videos for, small businesses, and they just didn't know what to do with them. They got the video and they knew video is what they needed for their website and to put on social media, but they just didn't know how to make it work. And then I sort of realized that I could offer it's pretty, I think because I grew up in that generation of social media, it was just second nature to me how it works. And so I would say, this is how you promote the video, and this is how you get views, and that comes in to the business. And then I did it for a company who went, this is working out for us. Do you want to come and work for us full time? And of course, a stable job was better than if I'm going to make a video next month or not. So I took the job, and then it just progressed from like one franchise, the company, to then a couple of franchise, to then the group. And then I just sort of learnt marketing in its entirety on the way, because I've got no clue, never done marketing in my life. I did one module at university on marketing. I didn't think I did very well at it. So I've kind of learned as I've gone along. So really, you don't need to have a degree in marketing to do this, I don't think, because I haven't. I've never read a marketing book or anything like that. So, yeah.
So, what's an average day look like to you?
It's very reactive in my job. It's where are we, what do we need, and that's the focus primarily. Very target based and motivated. But yeah, it's normally a case of making sure we've got a consistent message on all the platforms, so we don't try to drop out and come back in, miss a day or two. And then it's making sure that there is a good spread of content that's both soft sale, hard sale, maybe just trying to warm people up, because all people are in different positions in the market, so you want to kind of make sure you tailor for everyone. That can be challenging, because sometimes if it gets too salesy, you're going to discourage people and you're going to lose interest. It's kind of this balancing act all the time, and you have to tell people at the top, you can't just keep bombarding people with offers. They're going to just not pay attention to us anymore. You've got to trust me on this. But it's making sure that we have this consistent message, content, keeping it fresh, having ideas, really, look, as part of my job really is just to see what other people are doing, not just in my industry, in all industries, how went viral, how can we adapt to that, and just not being afraid to try something that, even though it seems ridiculous, like these TikTok things, they're just contagious and they work, and you kind of have to somehow make it work for you. So just go back to that then. So it is just a case of making sure that my day-to-day is right. Sometimes it'll be, right, let's go video this car, photograph this car, this is the message, create content, get it out there, move on to the next thing. It's very reactive, so it's hard for me to say this is what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is like, because it's always different.
And is the variety in that sense refreshing within the job?
I don't think I would still be doing it if it was like boring or not creative or not challenging. With it being such a heavy target-driven business, and that means budget restrictions, and that means got to find ways to do things if it seems impossible. You have to be creative. You have to find new angles that other places, other competitors aren't thinking about, so you can try and attract their business to yours, in a sense. We'll try and overcome everyone. So yeah, it is. It's definitely not the same all the time. No.
What have you done over the past few years to make yourself more employable within this industry?
Actually, I can tell the story better. The perfect example, actually, just for all of it, is I worked for a company for a few years, and I was just purely in love with the idea of working on social media and creating content and just having this like freedom to just go and do it, and with no rule book, and just make it happen. And slowly it did work out. Obviously, it's really good, and the manufacturers, and like, wow, and there's awards, and went to the awards, and got highly commended, and then won some awards as well, not just for the singular brand, but the national sort of industry one, which is great. And then what happened was another company, Stoke, the one I work for now, had seen what was happening down the road with me, and going, we need a person like this work for us because it's working. And so they tried to find me, but it didn't work, because it wasn't like you could just find me. It was me, right? Because I made that happen. There was no rules, there was no template. It was just, there was no one knew about it because it hadn't been done before. And so I saw that they were looking to recruit someone because that person had gone on. And I just messaged them, and I said, look, is there an opportunity to go on a chat? And I basically walked in the room and they gave me the job. and I was like, okay, didn't even really have to try. And then since I've been in that position, I've had more opportunity to thrive more, and I'm really happy with where I am right now. So yeah, I didn't really have a plan to do that, but I think just giving it my all, it just worked out in the end somehow. Yeah.
Good story as well. It's nice it worked out like that. I can just imagine on the person requirements, like must be proficient in social media platforms, must know cinematography skills, photography skills, essential post-production skills, essential name is Philip Shaw. Just
no, nothing like that.
Off the essentials, and you're just like we are just after Phil. That's
yeah.
I mean,
the competitors right now who are really trying to start to do what I to involve someone like me. They're as far as making a video on their phone or a Snapchat. That's where they are, and that's where there's so many opportunity for I think in this industry for graduates to come and just, because they want someone to come in and just do it because they've got no clue. They just want someone to come in and make it work for them, and they can't really adapt or get people that they think, you know, they have to get someone who knows what they're doing to do it. And I think fresh graduates perfect for that. Yeah.
Yeah, the sort of ingenuity that comes with them and the innovation.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever really been a career path to go work. Do you know? Have you heard of Gary V? Vaynerchuk. He's a really cool dude. There's a lot of social media stuff, and he's basically said if you're going to start a new business these days, you need four things. You need a managing director, you need a finance director, you know, you need a video marketing per entrepreneur. You know, it's like one of the key pillars of your business now to start up is that. Like if you go at it without that key element and you don't realize why you need that, then it's never gonna work. And so I think there's so many opportunities now for graduates they don't realize. It's not just I might get a internship with the BBC and that's the dream, or whatever, or I might, you know, make a really cool video from wedding video, make some money. You can do whatever you want now. It's just mad, like especially after this pandemic, because how are you going to sell anything if it's not going to be advertised online? And, you know, who's going to create the content and promote it and know how to work an audience that's on those platforms? It's the generation that's coming out now, isn't it? So that's what it's about.
Yeah, totally. That's really helpful, Phil. Absolutely brilliant. Can I ask you one last question? And this could be a bit of a tricky one. What advice would you give to the 15-year-old version of yourself?
I wouldn't, because I was very unique. I just, you know, I had this, what was the right word? There's a word for it. I was so naive to believe that I could just do what I wanted in my head to do. I was so naive without any doubt that it never stopped me from going forward. And it was complete naivety. Like of course, I was never going to be a Christopher Nolan, like ridiculous, or Stanley Kubrick. But when I was 15, I really believed I was, and I acted like a dick, probably. So
Very rare. Very rare.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, you know, when I went back to kind of to do that lecture stuff, I was so amazed at the lack of enthusiasm in some of the students, and I was just disheartened because I remember being so passionate about it. But you know, so I guess just find the fire, and whatever it is. It doesn't matter if there's a career in it. You know, if you find that fire that you love doing in some form of media, whatever it is, just light it up and just do it, and you'll somehow make it work. It will somehow work out in the end. You've crafted that uniqueness. I think that's probably the best thing you can do. Just put everything you've got into what you love. Don't worry about the outcome, the job, or wage. Just do it if you love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice. Good advice. It's like without you wanted to be a cinematographer. You wanted that side of the industry, and that's what drove you down into studying media and studying film, which is all part of the process. Like you say, with no hard and fast rules. Like if at 15 you were like, I want to work in marketing, you'd have studied marketing, and then you would have had no idea then of the things you know now, right? Because you'd have been like, well, that's not what the rules say. The rules say this. Whereas the other version of you is like, oh, there's rules. No, this is what we're doing, and it's working really well. So
I think I've seen like one or two books about how to do social media now, and they're already like massively outdated. You know, like you've just got to be involved and aware and fast. You know, and then they'll die immediately afterwards, and then you got to go to the next thing. That's how social media is, I think. You got to be just live and breathe it. I hate it because I'm never off it, because I have to keep attention to it all the time. Otherwise, you just slip, and then it's really difficult to find a way back home. So yeah, there's no rest.
Yeah, the constant.
Really. You get bombarded as well by messages and comments. And you gotta reply to everyone, make them feel special, so they keep engaging, and it can get really tiring. This false persona that you're putting online as a company, which obviously you're driving, and they've got no idea. It's just the company have no idea how much goes into it. It's constant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good though, man. I'm glad you stuck with it, and I'm glad you're still doing it.
Yeah.
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 But,
And me.
but
Yeah.
that's great, Phil. You've given some brilliant advice today, and I really appreciate you coming on and talking to us. And equally, I think you know this, but I'm dead proud that you're doing stuff, making content still, and like that's
Thanks,
really
man.
important. It's really important. So thanks for talking to us today, and we'll speak soon. Cool, man.
See you,
Take care.
man.
I hope you enjoyed that careers talk and that it's opened your eyes to another career in this vast industry. There's more talks on our channel and we're adding to them all the time. So whilst you're here, why not hit the subscribe button? And don't forget to like this video. We'll see you soon.